don't meet up with the needs of like a growing imprisonment population?
That's such a good question, and I think courtyard housing is part of the answer. So, I mean, if you've got a development like this, with the garden in the middle, then the kids can play in there, and they can play with each other. It is so much more fun to play with other kids than just playing by yourself, on your own. So having a shared garden, this is in Vienna, it is amazing. They have lots of courtyard housing since the 30s. And inside these big developments, you have got fruits, trees, you've got community gardens, you've got the place for the barbecue, the place to hang out, and you've got the playground as well. And you've got about 4 or 5-story housing on the outside, loads of kids of different ages who can then meet in the middle and play with each other. And I think Freeman's Bay is the closest we've got to that. And it's some of the most popular housing. But now, there's hardly any children there because families can barely afford to live there. But it was designed for families, and it was created by the state in the 1970s, and I think the state should step up and create some more really good family housing with the garden.
Thank you, Alice. I've got one more question. Yes.
Kia ora, I was wondering if you've done a gender analysis and you could tell us a little bit about how different boys and girls use play areas and how we can encourage more participation by girls in play areas so that they've got a lower rate than boys.
That is a super question. Vienna's gone down that track into gender mainstreaming and put in loads of different sorts of activities for girls. We found the girls really like climbing and dangling off monkey bars seems to be a thing that they really like, and also basket seats. But I think that when we do our consultations, we absolutely have to make sure that we nut down what it is that girls like. And if you're really interested, have a look at the work of Jacqueline Collins, because she is doing Tetris research in that area.
Okay, Jacqueline Collins, not Jackie Collins, the fiction writer. Jacqueline Collins.
It's a whole different sort of women's pleasure there.
So, thank you so much, Alex. That is amazing. Give me a lot to think about. What I'd like to do right now is just do a little bit of a role play, because I love role play. These things that you've got here, this is how you vote. So, what we would normally do in a council meeting is that somebody would make an amendment, and then somebody would second it, and then we get to vote. So, who I would like, let's have a look at the amendments that we were. Well, I think there was one on community gardens. Okay, who would like to propose that we have community gardens in our city? Yes, okay. So if you could please, I propose that we have community gardens in our city.
I propose that we have community gardens in our city.
Good job. All right. And who would like to second that? Okay. So you just go second.
Second.
Fantastic. All right. And then normally what would happen was we'd bounce back to this person. They would have 30 seconds to speak on why she wants community gardens in our city. Well, we won't put you on the spot right now. Not prepared, sorry. But we would then vote. So how the voting works is that you have these little squares. If you agree with community gardens in our city, show me the green side with a tick. If you disagree, then you would show me the red side with a cross. And how the voting's going to go is I'll say, Tahi Rua Toru, vote! And then you would show me. Okay? So let's just practice that. So for community gardens in our city, Tahi Rua Toru, vote! Wow, look at that! There's a lot of greenies in the audience. Okay, fantastic. And then I would say, and that has been carried, which means that we like it. We're going to leave it up there. We're pushing it through.
The state of Western Australia is facing an unprecedented situation as it battles a raging wildfire whilst millions of residents are under coronavirus lockdown. Fires have ravaged over 9,000 hectares, 22,200 acres of farmland across eastern Perth.
So the wildfires in Australia,
Yeah.
56 times destroyed northeast of Perth last year.
No, this year.
Do you guys remember that red sky?
Okay, so we need to get back to this. So we've given you a lot to think about. Still on the topic of what is a well-functioning urban form. We would love you to write down some of your ideas, thoughts about what you want to see in your city as a as I said before, we're going to take these to council for them. So you have pens and papers with you, and while you're writing, we'll have some of our voices from the public.
I would want to be in the right.
Often there's two places to go. I do not want to go there.
I don't want to be in the right.
All right, stay there.
What do we need? We need to have a break
See the little wee tree?
Electric buses, green trees, rooftop gardens, and forestry care and home quality. Urban colour.
It's fastest ahead of the city with great transport.
Oh, and EV charging points.
So our
And stop spending so much money.
Oh, and community spaces, community facility plans, parking, biodiversity.
That's one example. Another example is when we have a habit of digging up the road multiple times. So dig up the point, the bus point.
Can we just
Dig
have
up
one day a week where there's no roadworks
dig up
and have Sunday? People live here.
Get it done.
A lot of our new transport.
Enable community facilities, wheelchair accessible.
If I say to you, if the government decisions dependent on a vote of minority view, nothing would ever get done. You have to move for technological change. You wouldn't have an economy without the automobile business. Now, that is literally true.
There needs to be a public transport.
I love
Besides,
the houses in
what we have to lay this place.
You look for a little I think we can like that.
I see the space is
Cool. Yeah, but I wouldn't mind. Still, here's a train track.
places where to be honest, it's dangerous to cycle. because-
I would have loved to, like, I want to be curious what's going on.
We have
Or a bus.
space for them. Because if they live somewhere, there's space, then it can be hard to.
I bloody hate cycle lanes. It means the parking yard are moving
There's a
in.
housing front, all in a very small city. So I agree with
Why did you use with the LED billboards?
Because the expectation allows investment in infrastructure. Because the more people that concentrate in the area, the more you can support them. As opposed to the area like having a farm,
like
acres of land.
Because it's not the same kind of line. There are loads of bush, there's all green there.
It's just a bunch of years across the city in the right place. It's not it's not ad hoc.
A ban on private cars in the heart of the city is urgently needed and long overdue.
Education, health facilities, security issues.
I know an old lady who had cancer, and she got an eviction notice. And killed her.
Also, we're trying to balance supply and demand. So what we have is much higher demand.
It's not that there aren't enough houses, it's just that nobody can afford them. We rent from a man, he owns 5 houses, one man, there are loads of houses in that day, but they're empty. Same hospital, loads of them are empty, the houses are too hard.
I finished, yeah, I did it, yeah.
So unfortunately, this country, we really solely live mobilized at scale, and mobilized by sustainable
A lot of buildings in people, it's stupid to not invest in property. If interest rates are 1.5 and rentals are 2.5 or 2.4%, you've got good.
Yeah, so fair, so that's
Why do they want these with music? Our place has changed from a vibrant community to a run-down ghetto. Their community, they're making criminals.
It's hard to get a bit of a house to speak.
I'm leaning towards that you should have sales, and the bands that have moved out.
It's Hot Stations, for example, they stay up with areas in a year or two. Not 12, it's 2.
I love living in GI. So many trees, birdsong. You can walk to the station and the shops. The south, no trees. We go back there every week. So it's lava, Dakota Meredith. I'm from Tamaki Collective for Housing. We are asking you to build more than just houses. We are asking you to rebuild our community. We are